Good luck. Hey there. My name is Andy Green with Green Group Real Estate at Keller Williams Realty Professionals. And I am joined, as always, by the one and only Annie Ransom with All Pacific Mortgage.
Good morning. I guess it's afternoon.
Annie has got a little bit of a head cold going today. So we're going to wish that she gets better. So hopefully you get better soon. Take care of yourself, and we're gonna get through this information just as quickly as possible, because what we are doing today, as we've been doing for the past 4 months, is really just providing you guys with news that you can use in regards to real estate to make smart decisions both now and in the future as we move through this whole COVID debacle that we're going through right now. So
that's right.
So that's what we're going to do. June numbers. And first of all, actually, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us today and taking a little bit of time out of your day. Hopefully we've been providing value over the past 4 months and just doing what we said, giving you news that you can use. So let's dive right into it, shall we, Annie?
I love it. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's start with the mortgage market today and what is going on in your world.
You know, I feel like a broken record because things continue to hold very steady. Interest rates over the last 2 weeks have just fell right below 3% for well-qualified borrowers, which is just absolutely insane.
Totally.
So of course, if you've been holding off on securing those interest rates, do it now. It's going to take a lot for interest rates to go any lower than where we're seeing them currently. So, and there's no telling how long we will see them at these levels as COVID continues. There's a lot of uncertainty on what that's going to mean for our economy. But, if our economy continues to struggle or we start seeing the job market further decline, that doesn't mean that rates are going to continue to drop. They can't go much lower than where they're at for a lot of different reasons. And there's a lot of competition out there. So I'm sure Annie will talk about this a little bit more, but I had several buyers this weekend bidding for properties, some of which won, some of which didn't. Anywhere from 4 to 18 different offers, and about 7 people out shopping this weekend. So, I imagine that that's going to be the case across the board for a lot of properties. So things are really affordable for people to be able to get out there and shop, which is great. So these lower interest rates are definitely creating some demand, not just for refinances,
right,
but for people getting out there and shopping in the market. So it's really important to have your game plan down. Don't get out there at the very top of your range because you're going to get beat out. And so creating that strategy is really important while these interest rates are low. But so far, so good. We're holding really steady.
Well, the broken record theme is in effect. Interest rates have been so good for so long, and especially through COVID over the past 3 to 4 months. Interest rates just have been very, very strong. So I think you're right. We've got some good demand going in the market and supply, because economics 101, supply versus demand. Supply is extremely, extremely low, and June numbers just came out, and June reported 1.5 months of supply of inventory on the market. So in 1.5 months, if at the current rate of sales, everything would be gone from the market. 1.5, that is the lowest in the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Any month. And typically during the kind of the shoulder months, we'll call it, the fall into winter and just into spring, typically inventory levels go down during those times, because people get busy, and holidays and weather and misconceptions about the market. They think that homes don't sell then, when we know, you and I know, that homes sell every single month of the year.
Yeah.
But that is,
I want to point out about that too, is that a typical transaction takes about 30 to 45 days. So that means that these houses, as soon as they hit the market, they're going pending.
Yeah. We are seeing that the vast majority of the time. Absolutely. But the tricky thing is, and I guess I don't know how to quantify this really, but I look at the numbers for June, and the days on market for listings actually went up a little bit. I want to say they were at 36 the month before. I don't see it here, but I think it was 36, and it's at 42 now. So that tells me that there are some homes that are not selling in a week, 5 days to a week, which, just being in the trenches, that's what we're seeing.
Yeah.
The majority of the homes are selling very quickly. And I always feel like those are probably the homes that they did some work up front to get their home ready for the market. They really did their due diligence in pricing the home. They price it right. The homes with the best locations, everything comes together, and those homes, they just sell very quickly in today's market because there's no inventory and there's very high demand. So that's just a couple things. So number one is month supply is extremely low. Last month, just to give you an example, we were at 2.3 months. The month before that, in April, we were at 2.4, then 1.8, 1.9, 2.2. So to go from 2.3 to 1.5 months of supply is crazy in June.
Yeah.
And this is something that none of us have ever experienced, is to the best of my knowledge, and looking at all the numbers that I'm looking at. And what that comes down to is new listings are down. So it decreased year over year, 14.6%. So from June last year to June this year, it decreased 14.6%. And on the flip side, pending sales increased 18%. so new listings, new inventory down 14%, and pending sales up 18%. I mean, that goes to show you the inventory shortage, that 1.5 months, that's why.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming on the market, very few homes, and homes are selling, right?
Yeah.
So then we go to closed sales, and closed sales decreased 1.7% year over year. So that's pretty much a wash. I think that we're going to see that change in the next 60 and 90 days from those pendings that are happening now. So the most interesting thing that I think that we really have to pay attention to is just the new listings hitting the market.
Yeah.
Are we going to get any more inventory to just loosen things up a little bit for both sellers and buyers? Because a lot of the sellers in the market, they have to that's find new place, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's wild to me that it's July 13th already, that summer is almost half over. It feels like it just started yesterday.
Well, it's because we lost 4 months of our lives. I mean, that's what I feel like. I feel like we blinked and it just passed right by us.
I know.
Because I don't know about you. Actually, I do know about you because we've talked about this. But like when this first happened, we both buried our head in the sand and just like got to work.
Yeah.
We figured out ways to keep our businesses moving forward and help our clients and just like keep the train rolling. And when that happened, like I worked, I swear to God, like 24 hours a day for about at least 2 weeks. And so there's 2 weeks just gone. And then I had a 2-week recovery period.
Yeah.
And then the next 30 days, I pulled back just a little bit, but not much. So it's like we lost 4 months of our lives.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, maybe I'm over dramatizing just a little bit, but that's okay.
Everything is just weird this year for sure.
What's that?
Everything is just weird this year for sure.
Yep. So that's why it feels like it's just going by a lot faster.
Yeah.
Let's see. So another key indicator is appreciation. Mm-hmm. Most people want to know what the appreciation rate looks like. And it's kind of fluctuated between 2 to 4% throughout the year. And we're at about 2.2, an increase of 2.6% year over year. So property values are holding steady. I think that is the good news in this whole scenario, is that we could be talking about a much different scenario, right? We could be talking about housing crisis and not just an economic crisis, where people are losing their houses and their equity and all of that we are not seeing that equity position strong, and prices are holding steady. So I love that. I love it. Anything else going on in the mortgage market that people should be thinking about? I know that a couple different things, jumbo loans, they were having a rough go as this whole thing started. Has that loosened up? How about home equity lines of credit or stuff like that?
No, there's just still a little too much uncertainty. I think that it'll be quite some time, several months, until we start seeing some of these programs come back into play. We've got to see some stabilization in the unemployment, or employment rather. We've got to see the economy rebound a bit. When we're talking about extending these stimulus checks and programs and whatnot, that's not really, that doesn't bode well for the economy. We've also got to see these COVID numbers decrease before investors or banks out there are going to feel a little bit more confident loosening up some of their guidelines. So there's not a lot of zero down programs right now. These home equity lines of credit, there's still a couple of programs or banks out there that are still willing to extend financing. They've tightened up their guidelines. So all of that, definitely, we have some big news on the horizon in the coming months to see what happens with all of that. Your traditional Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac 30-year fixed conventional loans, your FHA, your VA programs, those are going to be our steady eddies through all of this. And there's definitely some good strategies if you are in that jumbo range, or if you need to take advantage of equity in your properties in order to, free up cash for different solutions out there. Another big thing that we have yet to cover is that July 1st, the credit bureaus underwent a big recalculation on how they are assessing FICO scores. So what, your credit rating and what determines everything from a consumer standpoint in terms of lending, credit cards, auto loans, all of that. So how the credit bureaus are calculating those scores just underwent a big change. So we can talk about that in coming episodes too.
Okay. Awesome. Well, there is a lot of uncertainty in the market. I think there are also a lot of positives that are happening. Right before hopping on here, I was just seeing what was happening out there in the rest of the markets, and it sounds like home builders are having really, really strong Junes. So June was a great month for home builders. That's great to see as we have a pretty healthy population of new homes in the Portland market. And I think in the future that should be increasing as well. So some good stuff, some uncertainty. We're just going to keep taking this one day at a time, and just keep bringing you news that you can use to make smart choices. So we hope that you were able to get a little bit of value out of this. We will be back with you next Monday. So happy Monday. Have a great week. And if you need to reach either one of us, how can people reach you, Annie?
They can give me a call. Do you link our information?
It just depends, because these are live stream on a lot of different places, and then they're put on YouTube. So most places do have contact information, but not all of them do.
Well, allpacificmortgage.com. You can obtain all of my information, email, cell phone, you name it. So happy to answer any questions. allpacificmortgage.com.
Yep. We are absolutely 100% here to be a resource for you guys, and just help however we can. It's what we do. So make it a great week, and we will see you next Monday, friends.
See you next Monday.
Until then, bye for now.